So maybe we'll be going back to the whole black couch again. This is, by the way, this is not leather, y'all. I've never even heard of wild olive. Where's the other? And then there's a street called Riverview. Um, I got another phone. I want to give you an idea like how close I am. Vicious crime happened. People's like, look. The police chief. You can see the. I'm gonna post the. I got a copy of it. I watched it like this morning, but I didn't get the link. You know, I do this sometimes. I gotta start really. Damn, this walk is off, man. Um, about a mile, I think, north of Main Street. So from where I am, where this vicious directions to intersection of Wild, Olive, and Riverview.
North Wild Olive Avenue and Riverview Boulevard is 13 minutes from your location by car in light traffic. Here are your directions.
4.5 miles away. It takes me a while to see these things. Yeah, it's called North Wild Olive Avenue. I never even heard of the thing, and what I'm looking at here, it seems like it's north of Main Street. It looks like it takes you over. I wonder if I can show you this. Let me see here. Yeah, that's cool. Look at that. What's up? You can see where I am. I'm at the golf course, okay? So, like way south Daytona Beach, right on the border of South Daytona, okay? But anyway, the whole thing is talking about crime prevention, which isn't even a matter of crime prevention. It's a matter of just being civil. And this bike week is just not good, y'all. I don't. It's like it's almost as though the police are asking for finding ways to enable criminals, and then of course, like their accomplices in more crime, y'all. It's weird, fucked up. This whole Russia thing. Okay, so they're putting these. I'm trying to see how the battery it doesn't show the battery. I know we're very low. It's showing like okay, so what was it? There's this we're boycotting this Russian oil or something like that because they're being bad or something. I don't know all the evidence regarding the whole issue with Russia, but Russia collusion, Russia. I'm the one who colluded with Russia, and I love to collude the Ukrainians as well. Ooh wee. So all of a sudden now you want to start putting this boycott on Russia. Where the hell were you when you knew this guy was, in your opinion, talking to the U.S. government, was a bad dude when you first started Biden? And then, of course, forget about Biden, but he was also with Obama for 8 years. Hillary never liked him. Why didn't they do all these, I don't know, embargoes, tariffs, things, or whatever back then? My point is, the police. If you watch the information regarding this, you won't be able to find the interview that I heard this morning. It's a different clip, but there's a dude that said, yeah, I've got a surveillance system, but that day of all the 5,000 years he's been living at that house, it wasn't working. That's the one day. And then if he's had surveillance for the past 5,000 years, we had technology 5,000 years ago too for surveillance. So his surveillance, he said, on his own admission, would have caught the incident. But for that one day, that one time, I guess it was Sunday morning or something, it wasn't on. This is not suspicious, people. You don't even question this being suspicious. That dude who had the surveillance. That's just raw, unfeigned, authentic, real evidence. Something's going on. And I'll tell you something. Talk to the local barber, the local hair lady, okay? She knows everything. Who else knows everything in the city, okay? Obviously, the police captains, police chief doesn't know as much as the captain does. Maybe the patrolman know more about the things that's going on than the captain does, because the captain doesn't want to hear about everything. And then, of course, there's another one I've heard about too that like knows everything. Damn, I can't think of it. Like one of those things is like they know everything, you know. The hair lady. She knows what happened. She knows it. I think these people. Oh, it's just gross. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, ugh. But this whole Russia thing. I mean, you can't tell me that we all heard about it, just building up, building up, building up, building up. And as regard to this whole Russia thing, how do you, okay? I've said I got it on video. I talked about it when I got back from the island of Puerto Rico. There's so much drugs on that island. I mean, just in the ferry going over to Vieques. I wouldn't be surprised if that boat was just all these backpacks were just loaded with nothing but cocaine and meth and weed and all these other different things. Going over to I'm not going to go to Calabria because you can't stay overnight there. But Vieques, I mean, really, people? Oh, here's Cecile. She's hot. Philippines coming strong. So I'm on video saying that in my YouTube, we need to declare like this martial law in Puerto Rico. We need to bring in like the Marines, special tactics, Rangers, SEALs. Go up in there. I'm not serious. I'm not kidding you. I wasn't kidding. I was serious. Over an executive order declaring in this one day. I said we were going to do this like in 2 days, but like it would for a little island less than 3,500 square miles. And just go, and we know where all the drugs are. Obviously, you start with La Perla, which is just a little bit to the west of San Juan. I mean, it's all basically San Juan, but I mean, so okay, to the west of Santurce, Santurc. Okay, so I said we should bring like all these different military people in to get these drugs, and we've got Cody here. What is up? Obviously, a few more people. I said that. Who's to say that Russia isn't seeing something going on in Ukraine? I don't know. Maybe they're finding ways to sell people. Maybe they're finding ways to exploit children. Maybe they're exploiting severe drug use activity. I don't know about that. Something's going on. We haven't heard. We have all these little peace talks. I think they had 2 discussions. There's a lot of videos in there. Ukraine and Russia, but videos in there. But no, we're not hearing anything. We're not hearing say, okay, we want this, we want that. I haven't heard what Russia wants. I haven't heard what Ukraine wants. I've heard people say, oh, well, Russia wants some kind of buffer zone. It doesn't make any sense, people. I mean, if I'm pissed off at somebody, I'm not going to be pissed off at them because I want a buffer zone. I'm not going to waste all these dollars just because I want a buffer zone from the rest of the Europe. There's something of interest in Ukraine. It could be, not that Vladimir is a good or bad guy. I don't know. Vladimir Putin. Okay, they're both Vladimirs. They're both little guys about my height and my build. I'm like 5.5 feet tall, y'all, and they're listed at 5'7", which means they're like 5'4". So something's going on. Same with this whole Daytona Beach thing and this wild run. Look up Wild Olive. Wild Olive Avenue, north. I guess it's north now. We just found out, and Riverview. Where I am, these condos. I've seen the police in the parking lot a few times, and before I got here, but we got cameras everywhere. That's the way you prevent these crimes. It's not a matter of preventing a crime. It's just you look. You got to have eyes, and we got some good people on the board, and they walk around. That's good. We need eyes on this area. In this area, why don't we have any issues at these specific 3 buildings, and then another one down that's not part of a condominium association? It's because we're holding each other accountable, And I know the maintenance people and some board members. You gotta question people, not say how are you. Just look at them. Do your own frisk in your mind. Like, okay, what could they have in their pocket? Oh, there's this dude again getting on a scooter. He's going barefoot to the beach. I wonder what he has in his pockets. Obviously, we're not wearing a shirt, so what the hell could this guy be up to? Is he going to go do drugs on the beach or something? I think he's all right. He's never really had any weird smells coming out of his condo, like weed, That's automatic. You're not just going to have weed only in a condo. You're going to have meth. You're going to have... Whenever you smell weed, you're going to have cocaine in there. You're going to have disturbance of the peace. You're going to have violence, and then eventually you're going to have what. So that's the thing. Don't get me wrong. We got some people smoking weed around here. Got some people probably. I heard there's just been overdoses. Overdoses. One building over. It's been better this year, but this is very simple. Whatever the fuck was going on in Ukraine and Russia, where the fuck were you people? Biden, Trump, Obama, Biden, and then who's the other guy? Bush. Where have you been? All of a sudden, now you want to go look for evidence regarding those people that were just sick. I gotta post that video though. I got a link of it, and I'm gonna post that in the comments. I wonder if I can do it right now, so you can see like how gruesomely gross. I might even have it in my YouTube history but the thing is, it took me like through a third party kind of thing. But I'm gonna talk about the issue of like how much of a fucking mess the law enforcement is in this country. Every single one of them in a separate video on Facebook, probably YouTube as well. It's really, really bad. Way worse than I thought. It goes back to this honorable, great man named George Floyd. It's like, how the hell? Where weren't these police? Where were these police? Why weren't they doing anything, like saying anything, like supporting the whole use of force, where we're all about the use of force. That wasn't the use of force, people. That was the use of just being a fucking narcissist, crazy motherfucker. So I hear about this. I heard, I don't know how true this is. There were 19 murders or killings in the first 3 days of Bike Week. If I hear about one incident because of Bike Week, I'm going to go to some kind of like people representing Bike Week, and I'm going to say, hey, you motherfucker. All you people, you're out of here. We're not doing this again unless you can find somebody to represent all the bikers and come to. I mean, I want to know who the fuck you are, why you're coming here, how long you're going to be here. Really, what are you going to do here? And I also want to like. I don't like the idea of weapons being in on Main Street. Main Street's like where the big bars are and stuff, and that's Seabreeze and just strip clubs down there too. The police has, they've been to the areas where they get the most issues with regard. I mean, I've seen a lot of police on Seabreeze and Grandview, but they've been right in that little area, Saturday nights, Friday nights. I need to know what's going on, and if I'm, I think the police knew something ahead of time. They always do. I mean, every single act of crime, whenever you see all these things. There's always a note left, 100% of the time. Even the children who went into the schools, they always. The reporter accidentally says, we found the person's Facebook stuff, we found their Twitter stuff, saying that they were going to do this, that, and the other thing. Motherfucker. And I'm sure the department's already on the stuff. They've got all kinds of information that things were being said, things were going to be done. They did the right thing. They went back to Main Street looking for video, surveillance cameras. That was going on that time. The couple went down to see what was going on down at the Main Street. They were followed. Heinous. I mean, obviously they didn't get any kind of money, I guess. Weird, though. Right? This weird and this... I can't hear these things. Daytona Beach is just so violent. I mean, Fort Pierce, Hollywood, Miami, I mean, even Sarasota and Naples. God, Naples is a total mess in the past few years. Since like 2019, I heard. Bonita Springs, though, I don't think is all that bad at all. And then, of course, you got Fort Myers is another mess. Fort Myers Beach, another mess. Oh, these Clearwater, total mess. Pensacola Beach, mess. I don't know about Destin and Fort Walton and don't even talk about Jacksonville. I don't know. Now, okay, I guess what's south of Jacksonville Beach is a little. Ponte Vedra seems all right. I don't know. Ormond Beach. What are the areas of Florida doing? Anna Maria Island, very, very low crime. What are they doing to not prevent crimes. I'm trying to, it's a little attention grabber for y'all, but to enable and be an accomplice to peace, calmness, gentleness, happiness. You know? Anyway. They all knew what was going on. Something, you know, we all knew about this Russia stuff. Same thing, you know. We saw shit going on. We out. How do we turn this on? Oh, way down there.